Good morning. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, to bring you messages of direction towards your best and highest good using the energies of the planetary aspects and the daily moon cycle. This message is timeless as energy is cyclical. So do trust that whenever you find it is when you are meant to. And thank you in advance for sharing your energy with me by subscribing to the channel so that the message aligns with you energetically. And if you feel anything contained in today's message resonates with you, please let me know by hitting the like button and leave me a comment. You can learn more about me and the link to book a personal reading by going to my homepage. Well, good morning to you. What a beautiful handle, Amethyst Moon. Welcome. That is my favorite crystal. And as you can see, that is no accident that you're first here today because it's a purple day. It is the day of the third eye, and I got my nails purple. I love this color. Amethyst is my jam. So welcome, welcome. Hey, Jennifer, Judy, Miss Peg. Hello, hello. I hope that Bella had a wonderful birthday yesterday, Miss Peg. I hope that she liked the graphic that I created for her acrylic painting. I thought it was really cute. It had birthday balloons, so I hope that she knew she was loved and felt that. And that appreciation and just her incredible talent obviously does not fall far from the apple tree. So, if you did not get a chance to look at subscriber art that was posted last night before Date Night Live, you can go back to my community page, the link, the tab that says posts, and you can see the art that was created and shared there. So, good morning. Hello. How are you guys? Thank you. Thank you. So, almost I kept writing. I wasn't even done yet today. Just a lot of channel messages were just flooding through. And I feel like there's a diamond in the rough here kind of information. And, with pressure, that's how coal becomes diamond, right? That's kind of that alchemizing of lead into gold, and it's pressure, right? We learn by these pressured lessons. And again, even though today is April 11th, 2025, whenever you hear this message, there's something in it, because again, we come to this 6-day energy once every 9 days. Okay, if your life path is a life path number 6, I have all the messages I've ever given here on the channel that are categorized by life path number. So you can check those out. All right, it's a lot today. And I'll get to the rose, but that is such an emotional song. And I feel like I'm cracking the case of why that is here for us. Good morning. Hey, beautiful. Hello, hello, hello. So, we're right here, guys, coming up to the top of the full moon tomorrow. I want you to pull out your birth chart if you don't already know where 23 degrees, 19 minutes Libra sits for you in your own birth chart. That is where this wisdom gained feeling is here. Okay. In addition, when we look at military time, I was noting that last night when we had the conjoining of the moon and or not the moon here yesterday, Mercury with the North Node of Destiny. Okay. When we were seeing that happen last night at 2112, right? So we have that 33 kind of playing into effect here. And today is a 6 number, the threes that balance us, right? The divine masculine energy of the yang Okay, our head, or the sword triangle pointing up. And this is when within our own selves, our yin and our yang. And then the divine feminine energy of the heart, the yin, the cups, right? See how the juxtaposition, one sits on top of the other. And I was like, oh, okay, the diamond shape. And with today's date being in 11, that is a master number of intuition. Intuition is heightened, which is going to correlate with a full moon. Emotions are heightened as well. It's the aha, the light bulb that turns on and we get it. Now, the sister energy to the justice is the high priestess. And I'll come back over here because after I drew this, I started coming down this way, just with my notes. So at that 20:21 or 8:21 p.m., that's the energy of judgment, which we just had a special cycle, right? We don't always have the special numbers of added up of the day added up to a 19, 20, or a 21. And the 19 is the path of cycles. The 21 is, the 20 is the special path of notoriety. And 21 is the special path of connection. So this is the resurrected lesson of judgment, right? Archangel Gabriel sounds the trumpet of the horn of resurrection. That can be people coming back into our lives. Usually it's always a lesson, though. It's always another niggle to help push us up on that maturation, to get us up that stairway, the hierarchy of ascension, right? And then with the world energy, that is energy that is guided by Saturn, Daddy Saddy, learning the lesson, the maturity of it, the wisdom gained, the lesson loop is then closed. Okay. Our own closure, and this is my notes here, our own closure does not come from an outside source, right? So that's a really tough one because we're still waiting to know why. And when we wait to know why, we put the onus outside of ourselves, okay, of why a certain thing happened, or why we have to learn this lesson, why we had to go through that pain. And I won't say it's time wasted, but when we have the gift of hindsight of 2020 and we look back and we're like, gosh, if I just would have realized this, I could have saved myself so much time. But what we're really saving is our own suffering, right? Um, because closure does not come from another person. It doesn't come from knowing the reason why. It doesn't, that doesn't happen. We think we're waiting and waiting and waiting, and our okayness is dependent on knowing why who such so and so did such and such, or why we had to experience a loss. It's not outside of us. Okay, it comes from our own shifted perspective. Okay. Our own shift in perspective is the salve for our suffering, our light bulb, our understanding, our acceptance, our surrender to throw our arms up at the top of the full moon, which is divine feminine energy. We've spent 2 weeks coming up the coaster in divine masculine energy, taking actions of laying the tracks for the ride that we're going to get for the next 2 weeks. Okay. And we've got to surrender to that because it's what we built. And if what we built through our mind was out of balance of Libra, we're continuing to suffer. We're continuing to put the onus of understanding outside of ourselves. Then we will continue to suffer. Okay. And then I also had another aha here for tomorrow. We have, not only is Chiron going to be conjoining the sun at 22 degrees, 59 minutes, right before it clicks over to this 23, when Chiron, the healer, will be opposing the moon feelings, the opposition, the sister sign. We're coming back around to that Aries North Node and Libra South Node energetics of why we had to learn independence and autonomy within committed partnership, or else it gets thrown out of balance, right? Over giving, pouring into someone else's cup is going to tip it out of balance that way. And taking action, the me, my of Aries, and doing something only because for us, right, tips the scale in the other direction. Again, still out of balance. We've got to get our own energy here, and then this energy of the lovers is activated, that divine soul connection, that lovers within our own self, right? Then activates another's heart. Our healing enacts healing outside of us. And that's why you guys are so important. It's so important for us to find our own balance. Our own balance is so needed, because I didn't get to finish kind of what I was seeing in my mind's eye when I was channeling. This diamond then starts to shine. It feels really emotional, and like it's just this relief. Okay, the salve is coming. So, Chiron, the healer, when we click over, if you're not familiar with Sabian symbols, they were divined almost 100 years ago at this point. And each of those symbols, the 360 degrees around the whole entire zodiacal wheel. There's 30 minutes of each sign, right? 30 degrees. And by the time we get all the way around to the end of Pisces, that's 360 lessons. And Chiron, the healer in Aries, is the first 23 of those 360 lessons. And what this is when we click over to 23, we move to the Sabian lesson of 24, which is an open window and a net curtain blowing into a cornucopia. Cornucopia is the peak of the experience, right? All the goods, it's all the juju, it's all the good stuff is in there. And this, then we are finishing out the theme of 20 to 25 degrees Aries of progression. We're meant to progress, right? We're meant to understand this yin and yang. We're meant to progress by shifting our perspective for ourself, because suffering is optional. So the lesson here, what that open window with the net curtain blowing into the cornucopia means, is allowing the higher forces to shape our lives. How do we do that? By the previous lesson, evolving a creative assertiveness toward the furtherment of our potentials. The creative assertiveness is the yang energy. Okay. And why do we have to do that? It's the 10 of Wands vibes. It's keeping your eye on the prize. It's getting through the last leg of the journey. We've clicked to the next lesson. How do we do this lesson? By the one we've just been through. Chiron moves very slow. So we've been through this 22 degrees Chiron for a long time. And why do we have to do this lesson? How can we allow higher forces to shape our lives? Again, by evolving our furtherment of potential. We are taking action, the 10, the ownership. If you can picture the 10 of Wands in the Light Seers deck, where we see that she has come down the mountain, right? And she's got her cart filled up. And why do we need to do this? Why do we need to allow the higher forces? So that we can envision what we hope to experience. Envisioning what we hope to experience is manifestation. the magician, master manifester, all four aces of potential, the high priestess. Then we evolve the next step. We allow our higher forces, we're tuning in, tapping in, and turning on the information that is funneling to us from spirit, from our guides, from our higher sense of self, from our higher soul. And then we evolve to our Empress energy, which is that balance of body, mind, and spirit. Now, with the numerology of today, it is no coincidence when we add 4 plus 11 plus 9, it's a 24 energy. Okay. The 12 and 12, that is the hanged man, half and half, right? That's the 180 plus the 180. That's full circle. We come into this balance of body, mind, and spirit. 24 might resonate for you, the 24th of the month, someone that is 24 years old. 24 years ago was 2001, which was a 3-year of this balance, of this aha. And we are in a 9-year. This is the duplication, the multiplication, 3 sets of 3. And we've learned this 9 steps. Each 3 years is this little mini completion, right? Up the life path to 9, the hermit, looking back with the lantern down the stairway of our life that we've come to at this point. And that pink rose has been just stuck in my craw for a couple weeks now. I think it started with Peg, with that swan energy where we saw it's not below the surface. Okay, that's where the action might be happening. That's where we saw the energy last night of that all signs where so much happens underneath the surface, but we only see the tip of that iceberg, right? We don't see all the time energy and faith that we have put to move forward. And again, this is a big shift in perspective, and that's really all that it is. How we are viewing what that 9 wands to the 10th wand, the actions, our path thus far, keeping our eye on the prize. We do not wait for someone else to give us closure. That rarely happens, guys, very rare. And when we expect it, if we have an expectation about that, that's the most certain way to not get it, because we're throwing the static and we're delaying the lesson. We're delaying the light bulb being able to turn on. We're delaying spirit being able to get the messages to us because the veil is too staticky. We've got to rise our vibration so that they have to lower theirs just to meet us halfway. And if we're not at the highest vibration that we can be through a lens of love, if we think love is the razor, if we think love is the cut, that it's always there to hurt us, then that's exactly what we're going to get until that pain of that choice of that perspective, until we shift and understand that nobody's coming to save us. Nobody's going to shift our perspective but ourselves. It's an inside job. It does not come from an outside source. So as I was like, why this song? I didn't even get to look up the year or anything like that. I'm a big Bette Midler fan. There's not a movie I don't like. I mean, For the Boys comes to mind. And of course, what is it with where they're under the boardwalk and she's a little mini star and it's the best friend Beaches. Okay, that's deep love. Okay, and what this artist does when she sings this song, when she wrote this song, she's looking at love not from a broken heart, not from a razor that causes your soul to bleed. She's looking at it from a perspective of it's a flower and you It's only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give. And the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. If we're so afraid of being creamed, of being hurt, then we're closing off our heart to love. We're closing off our heart to our own divinity. Like the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose. That's why that was here, is trying to show us weeks ago that we are the seed of this choice. Spring is coming, and I would love for all of our diamonds to be shining bright. And I don't want anybody to suffer from waiting for, why did such and such have to happen? Why did so and so do what they did? For us to learn, and the suffering about it is optional. We evolve to a greater assertiveness. We put down the burdens of the mind and take action and envision and manifest what we do want. We don't focus on what we don't. We focus on what we do, the feelings that we want to have, the love, the not fearing what somebody else is going to do to us, because that is not in our control. It depends on the evolution of their soul. I know that was a lot. It was a lot for me to channel. But I feel like this is why, guys, I mean, these degrees are so auspicious. The 20, the 21, the 22 of the evolution, the 22, the conjoining of Chiron and the sun. It's incredible. With the sun's love comes the south. Your only job is to allow your heart to unfold. That's it. Can we do that? I hope we can. I hope we can. I believe we can. My light just clicked off. Let me go ahead and see if I can get that to come back on. Well, maybe. Okay, we're going no light. What are you gonna do? All right. Guys, I didn't get a chance to check. Did I forget the air signs last night? I feel like I forgot the air signs. I'll have to go back and look, and I'll have to make up for that. But maybe there's a reason for that, with the moon moving into Libra. We have our energy here, and this is what is culminating at the full moon. So let's go ahead and see here where we go today with our general reading. Let me know. Is The Rose one of your favorite songs? Man, that's a whew. And I remember the movie vaguely. I feel like, again, I need to look up the year if anybody wants to check that out. But I feel like I had to be under 5. I was little. So let me know what you guys were doing, if you remember watching that movie or watching Bette sing it. And I think the story behind that is so fitting, and it's just been in my craw. Why these pink roses? Why the pink roses? And I feel like we got it. Oh boy, oh boy. And since if you weren't able to be there last night, I didn't have a lot of questions. I will get my time down so that I can make our Thursday night date nights a little shorter for my benefit and yours. Thank you guys that were able to hang out with me for the majority or the most of the time. Boy, I know it for me. Time is not existing in that moment, so it's really hard to know when to stop. And I'm still learning. I'm still evolving too, and my skills. I'm just an in-depth person and I'm an in-depth reader, and I need to when it's for general readings, it's like I can't help it. I don't realize that we're going to that depth, and I know that some people appreciate that, but I also want to be able to reach more people too, as far as people that might not understand energy yet. Seven of Swords there. What I noticed the last time, this is the joie de vivre, and I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I should probably Google that. Oh my gosh, that and is it correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Isn't it like a loose reference to Janis Joplin? That Bette Midler plays. I don't know if that's correct or not. Please let me know if you know. Heightened emotions. I mean, okay, I got paused here. Six of Wands, victory, and Two of Wands, and a new choice, a new perspective. There's the victory coming in here. Evolving a creative assertiveness towards the furtherment of our potentials. And look at that. So this is a brand new deck, and it's my first time laying eyes on it, the second time laying eyes on it, but any cards that have not been pulled, it's my first time seeing. I have not seen the Two of Wands. Isn't she cute? That would be Aries energy, where the sun is today. That's the first decan of Aries, the first set of 10 degrees. And this is our choice. See this, the moon and the sun energy here. And that is that opposition, very literally, of Chiron on one end and the moon on the other. Okay, when we click over to that 23 degrees, we're already into the last decan, which would be the Four of Wands. Partnership, and seeing it as the even action of the yin and yang, Two of Wands on each side, the 1111. Oh my gosh, and look up top. There's a little rose. Oh, wow. And I didn't even see that because I was drawn to the octopus, which is a water energy, which is about just like water fills whatever container it's put into. An octopus adjusts, it changes even this, its textile, right? It changes its not only its patterns, its colors, and it can even change the texture of itself to adapt and to mimic and hide or to camouflage itself. It becomes the form, it becomes the rose, it becomes whatever situation it is put itself literally next to. So intelligent. This is like the seed, and with the sun's love, in the spring becomes the rose. We start at the two, and we get to the four by the end of the Chiron lesson, Aries and Chiron and Aries, rather. Our victory is because we choose to shift our perspective of love, water. There's that mouse on the end of the stick that I noted looked like was flying into the new portal on the Scorpio card of Death and Rebirth. And it was a little mouse with wings. We saw that mouse come out for advice for Pisces yesterday. There's a little pumpkin down here. I'm guessing, well, that'd be November. End of October, we do shift to Scorpio. So end of October, that's little Halloween, little, what's the guy's name? Jack. And he doesn't really understand that people don't think like him. So getting a little of those vibes. Is that a Nightmare Before Christmas? I didn't, yeah, there's so much to find in these cards. Anyway, yeah, Aries again, the Fool. New leap of faith when we understand the difference and we change our perspective. Okay. And we move and we move into our Emperor energy. Oh my God, Aries again. That's crazy. Six of Cups. That's the past coming into the present to affect the future. This is our wave our hands in the air like we don't care. The top of the coaster. We throw our hands up and say we surrender to whatever path, whatever tracks we've laid over the last 2 weeks. This is our aha, the light bulb comes on, and we throw our hands up and surrender. The maturity, the wisdom gained, closing the loop on this old woe is me, why? We shift our perspective because we realize we do not have to suffer. That's something beautiful. I'm going to keep that temperance, the balance, the aha. That's a soulmate card following a minor arcana lovers of today. 6, 6, 6. Temperance is a 14. And that is the alchemizing, right? Archangel Michael that we talked about yesterday led into gold. He is in charge of the soulmate cycle. And in order to engage that next level partnership, whatever that is for you, could be a sibling, it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be love to be this past life soul connection. And when we alchemize and balance our own energy, right, where we can then start pouring back into the vibrational frequency of where we shine like a diamond for everyone else. Temperance is time. It takes a hot minute. Okay, it does. And it's our choice of how we can alchemize that lead and turn it into gold. The pain and the suffering is optional. The aha is the freedom. We're on a path of freedom today. Man, I mean, it's just gorgeous. Okay. This is our 9-card spread. Let's go. All right. If you're coming in here as victorious, the 6 of Wands, situation being the 2 of Wands, our Fool is going to be fueling your own 6 of Wands victory here, this new leap, this new shift in perspective. And then we had the 6 of Cups and the Emperor energy. Temperance there in the past. I'm going to do outside energies, I suppose, here. And there's Daddy Saddy, King of Swords, right at the center, learning the lesson. Queen of Cups in the near future by taking this leadership, are pouring into our own heart's cup, again, fuels that energy of being able to connect to spirit. And there's these little kind of Cancer energy of the 69 shape, but there's also the fish here. We are in Pisces North Node. It's a call for humanity to rise above those old perspectives and shift the entire paradigm. And we can only do that when we step into our joy. And I wanted to put those yellow lines out and around the diamond, right? Because that is what brings healing in the salve for others. We're sharing the wisdom of the aha, leadership of our heart. Seven of Cups in the block, emotional fragmentation. We had to heal that confusion, that imbalance of the seven. The imbalance is a seven. It's angelic guidance. It's there for us to show us when we're off balance, right? The what Spirit wants you to know here is that this Six of Cups coming towards you, energy from the past, the resurrection, right, of the lesson for review, is meant to initiate a crossroads. You've got to decide. This is the point moving forward. We're coming to the end of Chiron, the healer, and Aries. So around 1968 to 1977, and on the two ends of that spectrum, it just depends, because remember, we have retrogrades and all that kind of fun stuff. So just in general, those birth dates, you'd have your Chiron the healer in Aries. Okay. Cardinal air here, Libra. I like that. And the outcome, Seven of Pentacles, the seed that was planted, the heart in the spring becomes the rose. Wow. It's what we are planting right now, guys. Nine of Pentacles. Where are you flying? This is Minor Arcana Empress energy. This is freedom. The path of freedom. Okay, Page of Swords, researching, new knowledge. I am voraciously learning. Seven of Swords, but my mindset, I saw that Seven of Swords in the pre-shuffle, can get me stuck in the past. That's what's nailing me. And look how this is a little mini roller coaster energy here. It's like regression. Instead of moving forward and surrendering, we are coming back down the tracks that we just laid, or we are stuck mentally, swords, on that track of regression. We're trying to take a step forward, but those two swords are nailing him back into the past. We already built those tracks. We don't want to come back down them, right? It's about research. It's giving yourself time to learn. This is new learning. He knows nothing yet. Okay. Knight of Pentacles, but stick with it. Only our mindset is what's holding us back there. There's a little red balloon floating up. We want to just kind of float up and away, but we have to deal with those two swords that are being presented here, because what Spirit wants you to know, this is your choice. Her eyes are being covered here by a waning crescent moon here. But look at the High Priestess eye. You do see. She's standing on an eye. Okay, Spirit wants you to know, Two of Swords, that what's coming up is this is going to take some learning. It's a new way of thinking, but just stay loyal to that learning. It doesn't matter how slow. Stay loyal to the learning. Okay, let's look at what's happening here. for you guys. So you're coming in as victorious here over the Two of Wands, another decision point, choice of action, of heart. The opportunity, Knight of Swords, be able to progress quicker through this mental understanding. The Knight of Swords is sent by the King of Swords. This is in the environmental energy here. Heart of the environmental energy. The opportunity is for you to take that opportunity and think of love in a new way, not from a place of pain, from a place of, I understand. The Hierophant, the learning, is what gets us victorious after a long battle. Six of Wands. I mean, that's fixed energy. That's Scorpio. We had to dive deep, right, into our fears of love and understanding the Merkaba between the third eyes, right? The 3 and 3 on each side coming together to join in the 6. Lessons learned bring us victory. This is in the recent past. So this reading is for a person who's had that light bulb moment. Look at that. High Priestess, right in the heart of the reading. Love is a flower and you are its only seed. We cannot be afraid of our heart breaking again. We cannot be afraid to dance in the dream. We cannot be afraid of that dream, guys. Just because we're afraid we're not going to get it. I've been there, done, like we still do it. It's a shorter cycle for me now, that fear, because I realize that as a construct of my own mind. And it is my perspective. And that is my devil talking. That's the fear that something's going to control me or what they're going to do is going to hurt me. Maybe. But if our own energy is balanced, that is not the frequency that we pull in. If we're out of balance, then we pull in out of balance. And I feel like here, this is the aha moment, and you'll feel that very strongly within you. The yellow of the solar plexus, the joy, finding and following our joy. Okay, he's wearing this orange, this creativity energy towards his new thoughts, his new aha, his new understanding. The King of Swords sent him. This person from the past sent this knowledge to you, helped you with the aha, sent you the vibration of love, because King of Swords understands his truth. This is help in understanding your truth. You already know what this is. All these rabbits, and then we have the Siamese cat's Egyptian energy, the crane and the swan, and the rabbit, luck shifting. There's your increased confidence, Queen of Wands. Again, Aries, learning the lesson of our own confidence rising, the lesson of our own magic. And look what she's growing here, guys. She's tending the seeds that are planted. And it's, sunflower energy, what is usually attached to the court cards of the wands. Loyalty to our heart, loyalty to lesson learned. You've already learned how to create this strong flower, right? You knew it all along. You had it in you all along. It was just a shift in perspective here. It was seeing the opposition of the sister signs of the devil and the lovers, right? That's the dualistic energy of Gemini coming out of or and into and. Yes, that was not good for me. and it taught me a valuable lesson, and it hurt like hell, and I fell deeply in love. All those things are true. We don't need to vilify that. It was so our soul could evolve. And if that other person takes on karma this lifetime for how they treated you, for you to get there, can we see that from the perspective of love? They took a hit this lifetime for me so I could evolve. Three of Cups in the block, the balance, the trine, right? So Three of Cups in reverse. I want to see what else comes here because this was a lesson learned, or this was also about, this is a card of sisterhood at the end of the day. And what I didn't notice the first time I pulled this was the scarab beetle with the star above it. The scarab beetle is associated with the pyramids right here. Also with the Lovers and the Six of Cups, that is a deep soul tie, because only the deepest ties have the potential to cut us the deepest, therefore experience the deepest love. The and. What a cute card. I just love it. These are soul connections, and if we had been isolating ourselves perhaps, or, kind of avoiding the lesson, maybe avoiding the trine, the Trinity, spending time with understanding even our own body, mind, and soul. Where's that imbalance? Or have I been giving my power over to, say, this person that manipulated me, lied to me, hurt me, skewered my heart? We're giving over our power, just like we're giving over our power if we wait for closure. That's not happening. That's our job. That's an inside job. That's the progression of Chiron, the healer, so that we can, 25, envision what we hope to experience. The Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress. We're on our way here. There's what Spirit wants you to know. It's time. Remember, I said after the fact that this card was pulled in the environmental energy. Okay, now it's here. What Spirit wants you to know about this Two of Wands, the different choice. We can sit in Ten of Swords and bellyache about how these swords hurt. And again, there's a reason Miss Havisham has been just flooding the readings. There's the bride. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. You're staying down in that Ten of Swords instead of getting up with the sun and letting the sun love the seed of you. In the spring becomes the rose. There's a snail here. I do like that she's holding the sword of truth. She's not down. The 9 swords are behind her. And I feel like if this energy is resonating with you, we're not choosing to be the bride with the clock stopped and treating everyone else terrible because we were jilted at the altar here. It's just a metaphor. She's getting ready to get up. They're not in her back, they're behind her. This seeing the sword of truth has been slow. And there's a snake here, which we saw yesterday come up in the fire energy, I believe, for Leo's advice. And it was in reverse, right? The double 5s, the 10. It's time to heal this, guys. It's time to heal this. And it's the choice of our action changing our thought process, not waiting for someone else to give us closure. Four of Cups. I like this Four of Cups because all four cups are on view. There's no crossed arms. Look at his eyes here looking down. It looks like a little light bulb to me. Holding and seeing, I get it. The mouse that was flying kind of looked like a bat, right? Flying into that new portal, this new light behind you. You're getting ready. That portal is forming small, like the seed, right? And with all of this sun's love, this is how, look at the difference. Near future, look at the faces. Do we want to allow the sun to shine down on our heart? Are we understanding that you are the high priestess? We have help. We have help to give for people that are waking up and understanding or going through their dark night why the hell this is happening to them. We share information. And this is absolutely no offense to our masculine energy or to masculines in general, but usually information for yang energy is used to further their own selves, right? Aries, me, my. The feminine energy of Libra, the lesson of that South Node was not overgiving and pouring into somebody else's cup. Otherwise, we get thrown off balance. What women do when they are balanced is information share. We share it with others because we want others to experience what we've experienced. We want them to know what we know. We want to help others rise up. We create a pattern back, that made it so much easier for mobility, or that had pockets, or made it easier on ourselves. We want to share that. We want to share how we've made our life easier with other women. Okay. Masculine energy holds it back for themselves for their own gain. That's an out of balance masculine energy, that selfishness of me, my. Okay. We don't want to get topsy turvy by focusing on the we all the way home. Right. There's a middle ground here. And this is something that this lesson, guys, at the end of the day, the victory of the lesson is your regained confidence. Stella getting her groove back is the Queen of Wands for me. Aries and Scorpio energy. It's time. Spirit wants you to know, grab that sword of truth, please, please. King of Cups. Near future, Queen of Cups coming towards you, Scorpio, again here with the King. This is balance. This is head and heart agreeing. Queen of Cups in the near future coming towards you, the flood of love coming towards you because you had this aha, you made a different choice. I'm not going to end up like Miss Havisham and bellyache over love lost. I'm going to focus on all the love I still have to freaking give. There's so much to share. Oh, God, you guys, this is just, whew. I feel like this is the biggest, hugest wave of healing energy I've seen in quite a while. It is a shift. Ace of Wands. I love it. Your passion returning. The Queen of Wands is the master wand holder. She's the master manifester. She is confident in her manifestations and what she is creating. Like the seed, And with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose. Yesterday we talked about this is like a where the wild things are. Doesn't that look like that? I'll have to revisit that story. I don't know, like the somebody said, but so of it, like the Netflix version or summary of what that story is. But isn't that about him facing his fears? Somebody let me know, please. I don't remember that entire storyline, but it's you are taming your inner beast. This is some strength energy, fire, sun, Leo, right? The star, the wish. I manifest my wishes and dreams. I am in charge of that. 55 on the timer. The 10, the 55, the 10, 1 plus 0 becomes a 1. Ace of Wands. Take this, what Spirit wants you to know, and grab that ace. It's time. It is your choice. Are we going to look at this from a lens of love and forgiveness for the harshness of the lesson? But if we can be honest with ourselves, would we have learned it if it wasn't harsh? If it didn't hurt? If it didn't crush us to our knees? If it didn't crush us to our knees, we're meant to get up, not let the cobwebs collect around those old 9 swords forever, ruminating. I love that the outcome is seeing the 4th cup. This is the only deck I've ever seen that. And look, they're partying. There's the balloons. We were just talking about the balloons and the with the artist and the 12. She just turned 12, right? The 3, guys. The Trinity. You see the love that is on offer. You see the love with which this lesson was meant to show you. Diplomacy, balance, passion restored, confidence restored, rushing towards this new aha, this new learning. Boy, oh boy, this is like all of the air energy wrapped up into one. I don't really even, I feel like it's very straightforward. A queen for a queen. Your vibration, your change of frequency pulls in the energetic match. I don't need more cards. Let's just see what's matched up with this Ace of Wands here. That's right, our Page of Swords, the knowledge, voraciously learning, the researcher. Maybe we forgot what we're passionate about. Maybe it's been a long time. Didn't we have that last night? I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. You're finding your dance again. And doesn't this kind of all those yellow, beautiful blossoms, even though it's cups, it's like that loyalty to self, owning our worth, owning our passion. Now, in the what has confused us about the trine of balance is our own emotional imbalance, 7 of Cups. Okay, that can be spoiled for choice and but in the reverse, it's emotional fragmentation. That's the block that's going to be thrown to you. And this is where we can write that 3 of Cups. We're letting our friends help us. These are soul ties as well. It's a sisterhood of energy. We share the knowledge. If we're confused, we talk it out. We use our resources. We open our hearts. 7 and 3 is a 10. Joined together, we are stronger. The 10 of Cups is everybody that we love and care for that love us. and we've been blocking them. It's time. I want to pass out the tissues. It's time for everybody to wipe the tears. It's time to get out of the woe is me. I need you to get up. There's sun and light to be shared here. This is important. This is not just about, and even if we start watching tarot to try to unpack that puzzle of life, temperance energy, that's okay. Because eventually we stop watching for the other and we watch for guidance for ourselves. And you're doing it. It's your decision whether you pick up this sword. What Spirit wants you to know is it is going to bring you to a crossroads, but in order to get to that decision point, you got to pick up the first sword. You got to get up. This is no place anybody wants to stay. That's a choice. We're not waiting on those past 9 swords that we're ruminating about, that we can't sleep over, that the 8 of Swords, we're a prisoner of our own mind. She's already past that. Now we just have to get up, shed that skin, and take the new path. The truth is of our own divinity and of our own light is coming forward, guys. This lesson has already presented itself. And look, for tomorrow, I have our light bulb and our checkerboard. We're moving from checkers to chess. Where is 23 degrees 19 for you in your chart? This is the lesson of our creative assertiveness. How are we doing? How are we allowing higher forces to shape our lives? We are evolving our creative assertiveness towards the furtherment of our potentials, the wand, what I'm making, what I'm creating, in order to be that master manifester energy and become the rose. It's not crossing our arms over the 3 cups that didn't work out that we had here in the block in reverse. This is all 4 cups. He sees his heart. He sees the cup. And there's the party, the balloons, the enlightenment that comes with, I see the love that this was meant to show me, my depth of my heart, the depth to the pain that we feel. On the other side of that lemniscate is the depth that our heart can love. Okay? Okay. I love you. Queen of Cups coming at you, guys. Oh, okay. Let's get here. I want to get, see if we can get from the shaman here a wrap up. I don't know that we need it. I feel like the rose song here. And that's literally the whole lesson, our perspective on love. It's not a knife that cuts and bleeds and is meant to hurt us. There's the 21 again, the world energy, the ending. We've got to close that old mindset in order to take the fool's leap of faith that is here fueling your victory. Beginner's mind. Right there. The trumpet, the sounding the horn. And look at her face. She's excited about this. There's a little spider up here that's on her walking stick. I love that she's got a broom Little steampunky kind of feel to it, doesn't it? I love how whimsical these are. This resurrection of the lesson, okay, that judgment energy that I was talking about at the top of my notes is here so that we can choose a new action. We can choose the purple. We can choose our third eye. We can choose to love. The victory is rushing toward our own heart, is rushing toward love. And in return, you get that love returned to you. You're getting back what you are pouring in. And 21, by the way, is our 3 that I've been obsessing about today. And there's the 24. This is our new lesson. An open window and a new curtain blowing into a cornucopia, allowing higher forces to shape our lives. 24. The divine matrix. This is what this roller coaster of life is all about. That's a 6 energy of today. You're the seed here. There's a new way to balance. It starts with us. This is not waiting. Beginner's breath, newness. That is how we get victory over that fear, guys. There's no mistakes. There's only learning. And look at that 11. Deep quiet, meditation, and stillness. The High Priestess. Wow. 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 All right, Aries through Pisces. Let's go. Wow. Okay, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Oh my gosh, this is just beautiful. Thank you for co-creating this message with me today. Welcome 1138. 38's my lucky number. 1111, but I'm sure you know that. Anybody else have a 38 as a lucky number? All right. Oh, okay. I just got paused. I want me to look here. Where is this revelation happening? Patience, temperance energy. It is 10, 11 progression. Wheel of Fortune changes to 11 of balance, the justice energy today. 16 is a 7. The Tower is for you. Angelic guidance there with that 7. All right, Aries through Pisces. I don't know why they wanted me to pick up this deck. Sun is in Aries. 49 is a 13, death and rebirth. The portal that I was talking about where the mouse flies into that new energy in this deck. Angel of Love, this is rose quartz. And look at it, I mean, roses. Okay, that's why. Can't make it up, guys. 11 again. Just wow. Coming to the end of the pier here. There's all the lotuses of healing in the water. You've got to decide. The chance is here. It is your choice. And I said, even though this is wands, I'm getting very watery vibes here, filling the new cup, filling the new form, becoming the object of our desire to fulfill our desires is the very last 360th Sabian lesson, fulfilling our desire. And that requires you to jump into your heart. We've reached the end of this pier. for whoever this is for. This is our victory and moving forward. We need to get up. I need you to jump. Okay? Because you get it, other people are going to get it. And that's important. It then exponentially raises the vibrational frequency of the planet, one healed heart at a time. It's why I'm here. 3, blossoming abundance. It's beautiful. Okay, now can we do Aries through Pisces? Okay. Aries 25. This is a chance for you to see, again, in order to envision what we hope to experience. Lesson 25. We're hitting the 24th lesson so that we can be able to get in this magician, high priestess, empress energy. I feel like this is self-deceit or hiding in the shadow. Okay, what ways have we been, what's it called? We've been outsourcing our healing because we're making it dependent upon us getting some kind of an answer. That closure is an inside job. The suffering is optional. Okay, we don't have to stay in that double frequency of suffering. That's what the whole reading is about. The rose, the changing the lens, the perspective. It wasn't here to hurt you, it was here to evolve you. It's a choice to stay stuck here. Taurus, joy, happiness, 37, the yellows, pushing out, choosing joy. Taurus had a rough read last night. The earth signs in general, it's again, clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. We're pulling ourselves out of that south node in Virgo, okay? And you're going to have clowns to the left of you and jokers to the right. Otherwise, it's not going to be a test. It's not going to be, we're not even going to notice it, right? Focusing on joy, Taurus, 3710, the Wheel of Fortune. Gemini, another 11, the thinking woman, very appropriate. Transformation. Okay, this is going up the steps. Gemini, you're about to go up the steps to transform, about to take, that's Gemini energy of the lovers. You're researching here. You're becoming curious. Well, how do I tap into my own divinity? How do I co-create with spirit? How can I get my groove back and water the seed of my own heart's love? Cancer, the sun energy. June is going to be a game changer. Here's the trumpet or the trombone, or not, it's not a trombone. What's this one? This one's the, yes, I make funny sounds. There's the squid. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's a little side story there. Joey and the trombone. I don't know if Joey resonates for anyone, but at school, oh, I love this kid, you guys. Oh my gosh, he was just precious. He had Downs, and oh, every day that it was, they get to do music lessons in 6th grade. So we would hear 100 times, tomorrow's a trombone, like tomorrow's that energy. I feel like this is excitement building for Cancer with this healing all the pink lotuses. Again, the pink flower reference here. There's like a little growth, the squid inside of that 2 of Wands, the bird in the cage hanging on the side of the cup. We don't have to stay there. Okay. And it's like sounding that. It's like a vitrola kind of energy too. Old school moving to new school, excitement. I get to play music when a lot of kids are dreading, my mom's making me do it, whatever. This kid just would light up like the sun. It's trombone day. It's trombone day. Okay. Leo, Son of a biscuit eater. Stop it. Summer, you guys, I'm telling you, an open window and a net curtain blowing into a cornucopia. That's why they wanted me to pick up this deck. You know, I got to read that. Wow. 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 1111. Wishes fulfilled. This is our star kind of energy here. An abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you, and you may even find all of your wishes fulfilled. This cornucopia of gifts from the universe can come in the form of financial riches, job fulfillment, romantic love, or all the above. When you receive the cornucopia upright, you know that you've done important work and it's about to pay off. You've learned the lesson. It's about to pay off. The seeds you've planted in your energy and in your life are ready to be harvested in some significant ways. Get ready, for a feast of abundant value is being prepared for you now, and Spirit is applauding all of your effort. Wow, guys. If this is a reversed energy, it comes in the form of personal frustration. We may find ourselves feeling discouraged by having our wishes denied, or if we're disappointed with any delays involved. Don't be too surprised or too disheartened if obstacles seem to block your way. It may simply take some patience and persistence in action, a new action, Two of Wands. It may require a radical shift in how you're approaching your goals. Reverse indicates a cycle of restriction or a period of lack or loss. This card, don't let this deter you. Use this time to go deeper. Scorpio. This is Mars energy, action, Scorpio and Aries. There may be a lesson to learn or an entirely new direction to take. Be open, flexible, and aware. Remember, there are many roads to happiness. It's an inside job. We don't get that. We cannot outsource it. Okay? Wow, cornucopia. I get it. Thank you, Spirit. Virgo, community energy here. Okay? 7 of Cups, 3 of Cups to the 10 of Cups. This is our network of people. Let people help you. Okay? Libra, anxiety. Okay, anxiousness over releasing, overdoing for others. If we've done that our whole life, it's created these bars, right? That was hanging on the outside of the sun. We've created some kind of cage for ourselves when, if we didn't get that lesson learned by January this year, 111, 2025, right? The culmination, 111 is a 3, it's a 9 year. Add all together is a 12. It's the 180. We've got to do something completely different. It could feel like a whole new world, but I've always just done for others, right? And it's hard to find that balance or balance that scale when there's no time left for us. It's anxiety just because it feels different. That's all. You're being asked to release those old ways so that you can balance your own cup. Scorpio, attachment 5, change. Chained to the past or to a past sense of self, a mask. The 5 of change, 23, this lesson of Chiron, where we allow higher forces to shape our lives. But if we are stuck to shadow, we have not explored a shadow aspect of ourself. This is the call to action to do that now and look at the attachment to the story. okay, and how we got, this is insecure attachment, right? Avoidant, anxious attachment, avoidant attachment. Um, there's, I mean, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just Google insecure versus secure attachment, and you can look up your attachment style. That is a revelation. That is wow. When you see yourself, you see the other person, you see the dynamics of it. An anxious attachment person that gets attached to an avoidant attachment style, it's a never ending back and forth. Okay. It's not the love, right? It's the push and pull dynamic. The anxious person and their anxiety overgives and wants to pull in, and the avoidant person in their anxiety of that person coming towards them pulls back and avoids, right? Which causes then the other person to want to come toward, which causes the other person to go, it's never ending. And until you discover you're in that loop, you will repeat this. This is for just everybody in general. We will repeat that. We have Black Moon Lilith moving into Scorpio. She's going to be there for 9 months, and that is about a broken bottle of spilled perfume. The lessons are snaring memories, snaring nostalgic memories that bind us back into our community. We're attached to the idea of something. Scorpio's the house of the deep dive, the house of secrets. It's the house of Pluto is the ruler there. Modern astrology, traditional astrology, Mars. We've got to use that Black Moon Lilith energy. She's the rebel, right? And we need to rebel against this spilled bottle of perfume. This, oh, well, I guess everything's gone now. The past is gone. The future's yet to be written. That's a choice. We got to get up out of that old story. And if this is a person that's constantly keeping you in that loop so that you cannot heal, that's also a choice. It's more comfortable. It's not painful enough yet for you to break free of the chain and heal yourself. But I promise you, it will get painful enough. I've been there. You don't want that. You don't want to catch those. You don't want to catch those hands. Sag, envy. Appreciate the diamonds and pearls, the diamonds, the energy that you already have, and stop coveting what is outside of you, right? Your worth and your wealth is inside of your own heart. And this is going, but I want what they have. I know I have diamonds and pearls. This is not feeling grateful for what you already have, the 20 of the judgment energy. That's Sagi's card, right? Capricorn, storm warning. There's a cup here. There's the bridge being broken, the lightning bolts. We can go down this path, guys. It's a choice. Okay. This is just to be like, remember that other day when I said, you know how it smells in the air when there's going to be a storm? You can smell the trouble brewing, Capricorn. This is your chance to avoid it, or at least grab your rain gear. Aquarius, values are changing. It's a 31 of 4, reestablishing a stronger security. Our values are shifting. Maybe time, energy, and time with the people that we love is becoming more important than the actual dollars, or we're seeing our precious time as money, because it is. Time is currency. So there's a door to value, could be opportunity opening up here. Pisces, last one, victory. And guess who? This 360th Sabian lesson, fulfilling our desire. If you're already on the road to your victory because you've taken a new leap of faith, we will have those tests from the past that come to show us, are you sure? Are you really going to make a different choice this time? Or are we going to repeat and stay home? Or are we going to grab for a new wand, a new action, a new choice from the heart? Even if it's scary, even if it's a complete change of circumstance, it is worth it. Wow, guys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. In Sufi mystical literature, the rose is often a symbol of divine love, the beauty of the soul, and the unfolding of spiritual enlightenment. Wow. High Priestess, heart of the reading much? And either side of this, I mean, there's the flower depiction quite glaringly, obviously. And in the High Priestess's energy, there are three. They all come together. Wow. None of the other cards around him have this flower growing up towards the character. Gosh, I feel like I just ran a marathon. That was a lot of energy surging through. Thank you for your grace and patience with me as I worked through the emotions of that. I got to feel the energy in order to interpret it. And it's my job to help, help us find these puzzle pieces. I'm not going to say you have to do XYZ. I'm imploring a call of action to please re-examine, why are we waiting for someone else to give us closure? Why are we putting the onus of what was done to us and then forever staying in that energy? Like, oh, I guess that's done. No, I need you to get up. I need you to see the fourth cup that's on offer. I need our own diplomacy to return the balance of the head and heart so we can go off on this new creative journey, co-creating with spirit in a way that is healthy, in a way that makes you feel good, in a way that makes you feel empowered. And in comes the love. In the spring, with the sun's love, becomes the rose. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. Gorgeous. I love you. Thank you so, so much for hashing this out with me today here. Again, thank you for your patience. But know that lessons that are resurrected and presented to you aren't meant to exasperate, depress, or whatever other emotion we want to attach to it. It's not a here we go again. It's a, yeah, but it's not a here we go again. It's a here you go again. We didn't learn it. So now here's a new way it's being presented. And we're going to tap into that, hit that unmarked trail. It's time. If you're waiting on a revelation, been hoping that you'd find it and haven't made up your mind yet, the revelation is that this is in you. It's an inside job. And I love you for seeing and understanding, or at least having the aha of, I'm ready to look at that as the truth. Much love from my heart to yours, and have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. I get to go have a fun Friday today for once. I get to go grab some lunch. We're going to go record hunting, and I love my vinyl. So, oh, you're so welcome. It was a beautiful reading, wasn't it? Like, it's just you guys as energy. There's a reason I go live, and I know that's uncomfortable for some, but this is a co-creation, and the evidence is overwhelming that whenever I co-create with you, we get these deeper messages. And I just, I can't thank you enough. I feel so lucky. I am blessed. I hope that you feel blessed too. I feel blessed for knowing you. I feel blessed for this, even, it's maybe not as fast of a growth as I had hoped, but I'm shifting the way I'm seeing that. It's not about the number. It's about the people that are here. And for that, I thank you. Love you so much. Have some damn fun today and let me know what you do. Bye bye for now. Much love.